everyone, you love the music, now be a part of the movement. Press Play is building a home for artists and fans just like you, and now you can help shape it. All you gotta do is go to pressplay.me and grab you some merch and wear it really loud and really proud, and of course buy it for everybody you know. And know that you're helping musicians and music stay real, independent, and alive. And here's something really special. You can send a personal message to the artist of your choice. If we've done an interview with them, you have an opportunity to write them a note. You can write them a small message, or you can write them a whole letter, and it will go directly to them. Just click the link on any of our interviews, write from the heart, and let your voice be heard. So tune in, rock with us, and press play. Get the gear, send the love. Music lives when the fans do.
Hey everybody, welcome to Press Play Conversations. I'm the Don. With me is the great Dean Baldwin. You'll hear him on Sirius XM, Classic Rewind, Deep Tracks, and Classic Vinyl. You got Tina here, CEO of Press Play, the one we honor. Tina, hi. And we got the guys from Wicked here. How you doing, guys?
What's going on,
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having us.
Well, we had so much fun with you last time when you were on, and now you've gotten 3 new songs, and it is great. You know, this is something Dean and Tina and I have talked about with music is, you know, we're in a world AI is creeping in. It's also a world of pop where it's all about just staying in the hook and never coming out of it. And we just love that there's bands out there that are still carrying the flag, especially of rock and roll. Do you ever, and before I play one of your songs, do you ever get frustrated with the scene right now? Or how is the scene right now for you guys?
I mean, it's always been a battle, but I'll
ever
say
changing, really.
it's kind of like a motivator for us. It's kind of why we started this thing in the first place. Is we had like all these idols and these bands that we worship from like the 70s and everything, right? And then we just couldn't find more of that when we were kids. So I think that's been the premise and like the ethos of this band is create what we're missing, right? Like, so we could give it to other people.
Yeah. Create community, for sure.
I love that.
Yeah, there's I actually, I talk about this. I'm trying not to get on my soapbox, but up until the early 90s, rock was about largely, it was good time rock. I mean, falling in love, partying, sex,
drugs, rock and roll.
heartbreak. Those were the 4 primary topics. And then, got into the 90s and it became very dark, self-deprecating.
Yep.
I like to say it's music about,
Well,
I suck,
it's
you suck,
me
everybody
music.
sucks.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, we all suck. And essentially, I do feel like there's a movement, and you guys, 2012, you started it early, but I think there really is a movement of people wanting that just good time party rock to come back. I'm hearing more and more of it, monthly. I see new bands coming out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we've talked about, like, on Spotify, there's actually a whole station that's dedicated to 80s sounding bands, but they're new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because my kids introduced me to it, and they're like, listen to this, Mom. Isn't this fantastic? I bet you guys are on there.
Probably. I think we were somewhere on tour when we were on tour with Raven, and we had people telling us that they were catching us on some workout playlists. So I guess people are pumping some iron to Wicked as well. I don't know.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just gotta say, Tina, I keep expecting to see you in the frame with them.
Right,
I know.
I do.
We're
I
gonna
look
look
in the middle
right,
on the
don't we?
couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
I
middle.
was
of
going
the
to say
couch.
that, but you said it first.
Tina, get over there.
Who has better
I don't
hair?
know.
Is the question.
You play
Who has
keys
better hair?
or synth, right? I mean, you're in the band. Let's
Actually,
do
I
it.
do.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, I'm in the band. Sign me up.
She plays
Hell
piano.
yeah.
Got your keyboard player. Let's play a little bit of Hellraiser here. This is a track that came out last year, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And then we're going to work our way up to Obsession here. Let's listen to a little bit of this to get you familiar with this band here.
That guy
What a song.
Yeah, great vibe.
Straight out of the 80s. Love it.
You know, that kind of had, when you got into the chorus, it gave me a Tesla vibe, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Really? I was getting like Sebastian Bachish type of stuff.
There you
Yeah,
go.
definitely a lot of that influence.
Well,
as
you know what happens to us sometimes, like we'll like make these songs like Hellraiser, and then we're listening like years later, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what was that song from Aerosmith that we were like, it sounds like?
Oh, the intro, where they had like that very like Indian style guitar intro.
A Sweet Emotion?
No.
Yeah.
Taste of India, right? Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, so Donnie, the fishnet shirt. So, because you've got a sound, but you've also got the look. Let's go back again to the 80s. You know, the great thing about the rock of that era, it really was all about escape. I mean, I distinctly remember, going to concerts, and on concert night, everybody got into their getup. I mean, suddenly, chicks that were very, conservative during the day, they got the big hair, they got the hoochies on. Everybody's going out with chains. It's about a look. And are you finding that when you guys play, is your audience embracing it? Are they bringing that whole experience, that form of escapism?
Great question.
I think it's cool because some of them do that. I think a lot of the younger folks you'll see like really get into it, and then I always really appreciate the separation of diversity. You'll have like somebody in a suit next to like one of those young kids all dressed up, and then you'll have like a goth and a punk rocker, and it's like how cool to see those people come together, like all just for a night of fun, right? It's pretty sick.
We talk about that
Should
all
we be buying stock in, was it White Rain or some Moose?
the
L'Oreal Moose.
Aquanet.
That's Aqua.
Listen, you don't even know. I used to work for like a hair care manufacturer, and I just bring home from the factory like all this hairspray and like powder for your hair. And
Don't worry, I used it all.
Love it.
That's hilarious. Oh, Tina, you must have went through so much Aquanet.
So much.
Oh my God.
Yes,
She's
I
solely
did.
responsible for the ozone layer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That hole in the ozone, that's Tina.
Yeah, that's Tina.
I'll just send you a picture, but my hair was way up here.
Was
That
it?
was the thing. It was how high could you get your hair?
exactly.
That was the thing.
Have you ever seen like when we first started and we had like the crazy like white leather outfits? Chad used to do my hair like almost like that Crash Diet band from Sweden. It was like
Spiked up.
but before you knew it, it was like 3 inches of spikes. I'm like, this is crazy. And then you're in the shower in the morning trying to wash it out, and your hands like stuck in your hair. It's terrible.
But Tina, was I wrong? I mean, that was the fun of going out to a concert.
It was
at the time,
Mhm. Yep. See, I always wanted to be Lita Ford. Like,
Yeah.
and I would, I'd go when her and Ozzy came to concert. Oh, I mean, but it was the ripped jeans, it was the black leather. Oh
Do
yeah.
bands still hang out the mall? That was the other thing I remember too. If you're in a band on the weekend, you wouldn't have hung out at the mall. It's like you'd see all the bands just there putting out the vibe. I don't know if we do that anymore nowadays.
It's like a lost art. The mall
Yeah.
hangs.
That was the hang though. Even like
That
when we were
was,
young.
yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm dating myself, but good times.
I'll go to the Orange Julius.
Yeah, right.
That was back when Chick-fil-A was nothing but a kiosk.
Right. I
True.
remember that.
Do you guys remember Hypercolor? Well, you guys are probably too young, but you remember
Yeah,
the
I don't
Hypercolor clothes
Oh, yeah.
when those first came out? Those were.
Tina was out there getting glamour shots done.
That's right. I did. I got me some glamour shots. How old
But
are
here's
you? How old are you guys in the band? Out of curiosity.
We're in our 30s.
30s, yeah.
30?
30s.
Yeah.
I get out of here, dude.
20 fucking-
He's holding on to it.
I am not
You're
30.
young. Well, hey, I got some questions. Actually, I was thinking about you guys before we came on, and
Song
we
story.
play this really cool game called Song Story Game.
Yes.
So it's just one of those table games. It's made by us, and I thought this would be a good one for 80s, right? So here's the question. But the question is, what? And each of you have to answer this.
Okay.
What
Start with
music
Gunnar.
reminds you of your first love? It can be a band. It could be a song.
Can you repeat the question, Tina? 'Cause I missed the
What
first-
music reminds you of your first
Music.
love?
Music.
Song, band,
Putting your
era.
80s to the test here.
Oh, it has to be 80s. Oh god.
I know
No, it
mine.
doesn't have to be 80s. I'm
I know
just saying
mine.
that's like one of the things in the 80s that we did. It's like we would put all these songs kind of like in our heart and be like dedicating them.
Can I
We call
answer?
a radio station and go, can you send this out to my boyfriend or whatever,
Can I
right?
answer?
Do the mixtapes.
Can I answer?
Yeah,
CDs.
Don can answer.
I'll answer. Break the ice here. There were two: Def Leppard's Hysteria album and Winger's, the second album by Winger, Hungry. Oh my God, not Hungry. Oh my God, it was their second album.
One with the green knives.
Yeah.
It was like blue. It was blue. It had Miles Away on it. Yes. Yeah, that was what was his name? Stuart.
Stuart.
Yeah.
Stuart.
Stuart. Listen,
Okay.
listen. I don't care what anybody says. Like that song, "Headed for a Heartbreak," is one of the greatest songs
Yeah.
ever written.
Oh, Beef
I
is a
love
great guitar
Winger.
player.
I heard
my
a little
God.
bit of Kip Winger in that last song we listened to too. Like there was
There
a
you
little
go.
bit of Kip Winger. There's
that.
a little bit of Sebastian Bach.
Reb Beach, man.
Total
Reb Beach
badass.
was a
Okay,
total Oscar.
let's go
Meanwhile,
back over here. Okay.
Go ahead, guys.
Gunner's answer to the question that he doesn't want to share is
Oh, okay, sorry.
a D. Snyder song. I'm sure.
No, no. I was gonna say.
Because D was your first love.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I have posters all over my room. But no, I was gonna say any death metal record.
Oh my
It's
God.
just how chaotic everything was. But
Leave it to the drummer.
yeah.
Which death metal album?
I really
Death
like.
metal reminds you of your first love.
Well, it's not really death metal, but Testament reminds me of
Testament, great
Testament.
band.
Yeah,
Okay.
any early Testament record because of how crazy and chaotic that music is. That basically was my first love.
Oh, good story. Yeah, okay. Next.
Oh, it's not so freaking easy.
He's thinking.
Mine's probably got to be.
This is a hard question.
I know. Mine's probably. What's the Shotgun Messiah song that we always used to blare when we were going to New York City?
Break Boulevard.
Yeah, Heartbreak Boulevard.
Yeah.
We'd go down to there was a cool scene when we were first starting in the Lower East Side of New York City, and we'd go down there and everybody would be like hanging out in these like back rooms and DJing each other's music and like playing some old 80s stuff. And I remember that song would come on when we walk in. The DJ
Yeah.
knew to play it.
Yeah. I
That's
think
cool.
mine would be let's say Toto, Hold the Line. Love
There you
isn't
go. Great
always on
song.
time.
Great
Very
song.
good.
Yeah. Scotty?
You guys are gonna laugh, but when I think back to when I was first, starting to date and whatnot, it would be like what was on the radio because all the girls were listening to that kind of stuff, like the Nicki Minaj and
Oh my
what was
God,
that
Beast
song?
of the-
No,
Beast of
you know what the
Trap?
big one was? Kylie Rae Jepsen's "Call Me Maybe."
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Oh my
Whenever I hear
goodness.
that, I think of my youth, my young love days.
Maybe that's a good one. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
How about
that-
you, Dean?
I'm having to think about that. I think it might be I Want You to Want Me.
Ooh,
Oh,
Cheap
That's
Trick.
a good one.
And
Cheap Trick. Nice.
and I even remember the girl's name. I think it was in first grade. And her name was Amy Hopper.
Wow.
I'm having to really think about. Okay, and here's the story. So this is gonna be really pathetic. But so I picked these flowers. I'm sitting there going back in time now. So I picked these flowers, stuck them in a shoebox, and I was so nervous all day long. And we had a pool in the community, which that's why I remember the song because it was associated with going to the pool that summer. But I got these flowers, stuck them in a box. I was so nervous all day long that I could never give them to her until the end of the day. So I give her the box at the end of the day. All the flowers are wilted. It was horrible. She opened up the box. They were just horrible. No, it gets better. So I'm standing there embarrassed as she's looking at a shoebox full of wilted flowers. And a buddy of mine comes up behind me and pants me right in front of her.
Yes.
What kind of friend is
Traumatized
that?
for life.
What kind of friend?
Yeah.
Is
Well, you made it memorable for her though, so
Sure I did. Yeah.
So, okay, sorry. Back to you guys. This is all about you.
All right, so let's do a little of Reptile Roots. This is the one that came after Hellraiser. Before we get to Obsession, so let's do a little bit of this here.
like a little bit of LA in there. Was
Yeah.
that the
Yeah, there
Rainbow
was.
Room?
Yeah, right on the strip. Actually, that was the whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were hanging at the
Oh, the
Rainbow.
Rainbow Room, yeah.
We actually, who do we run into that one actor
Oh, the guy from all the Adam Sandler movies.
Bug-Eye Guy?
with the long hair? He
Buscemi?
played
He was in Grandma's Boy.
He was the
Buscemi?
quarterback in Waterboy.
He was
Yeah,
the
the
quarterback in Waterboy.
Tan guy.
Oh,
Come on, guys.
Why are
You
we
guys have to know this.
why are we
Come
slipping
on.
up on this?
It's Monday,
oh
right?
man.
It's Tuesday.
Oh.
Tuesday.
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about. He was in there.
Dude. Oh, it's gonna make
He
me so
texts
mad.
us. Just look up his number. Yeah, but we were at the whiskey and like we had no idea it was him. And then Scotty and I were jamming on the acoustic, and he came over, just started like freestyling, and we're like,
That was funny.
"Who is this guy?"
Peter Dante.
Peter Dante.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was cool.
That's fun. That video looked like it was fun to make.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
a
that's a
blast.
compilation of a lot of the tour stuff. So I mean, we were just having a blast the whole time.
When we're out with Raven and Vicious Rumors, right?
Yeah,
Did you guys play the whiskey then?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
The whiskey was one of the, like Scott always says, like, you know, your childhood dream. So it's like, man, this is
Huge highlight.
killer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
Tiny, isn't it?
it is small. Yeah, smaller than you think. Like then they make it look.
I
And then
know.
I think the last stop of the tour was Mexico City, and like there was a
Whoa.
lot of cool US
Yeah.
dates, but like when we got down there, it was like Beatlemania. It was like,
what's funny is what you'd expect the whiskey, that whole Sunset Strip scene to be like, is actually what Mexico was like when we were there.
Yeah.
Like people
Really?
like knocked on the hotel doors wanting autographs.
we're trying to like, there's like a window in front of the hotel that went both floors. So the bottom floor was the restaurant, and we're in there eating breakfast, and you could just see like people, like the cool fans, like hanging out there, and they had like bootleg, like Wicked posters, and
politely.
Oh,
Everybody's
wow.
yeah.
Have you guys gotten to Japan yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
We're
that's-
dying to
yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah? I bet
Soon,
they
it's on
eat
our
you guys
list.
up there.
and
You
you're
got get on your tour manager, be like, get us to Japan.
We won't come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. You won't come back.
I know. That's the problem.
You know what won't come back? Why is it not kicking my screen back to full screen for me?
I've been laughing
I'm
at you.
hitting the button and it won't shift back to.
It's shifting back on my screen, and it's driving me
There you
nuts
go.
because it keeps going
Oh, it
back. and
is?
forth. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just. That's weird.
Now
Why?
it's Tina.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll stop messing with it. Is it normal for you now, Dean?
Well, no, now it's you on the big screen.
It
I'm on
shifts
the big
every time
screen.
somebody talks. The person talking is.
I love
Are you
it.
is somebody
Oh,
pushing
that
buttons?
keeps-
Am I in the big screen?
Yeah, you are.
All right. Well,
It's
that's
Tina.
good. I'll just
She
leave it
didn't say
alone.
anything, and then she showed up.
I'll leave it alone.
She goes,
somebody's
I
doing
got
it.
So let me get back to the questions, because there are good questions about this stuff here. So, the upcoming song that we're going to talk about next is I saw it as described as it igniting nerves and setting fire to the veins. It's kind of a great description.
I love that.
All right.
I was tuned up
And-
that night when I was writing that.
That's great.
A little bit.
So, Scotty, you mentioned the song is dripping with romantic, dark, and sexual devotion. How did that
Yeah.
tone influence your writing and performance style in this?
The whole song itself is about, you can take it the way you want it, but obsession can be about love and sexual desire, but it can also be about a lust for, your passion, whatever it is. But, if you listen closely to the lyrics, I won't get too deep into it, but you could probably figure out what the song's about.
The cool part about the song was we had it like all done and recorded, and we did kind of like our I guess small internal group, like focus group listening, and we're like, how's it sound? We need to make any adjustments. And our manager was like, I hate the verses. And we're like, what? Like, and he's like, no, you got to change it. And we're like, at the last minute, this is crazy. Like,
It was already recorded,
it was
like-
so annoying. And so we're like, I know what we'll do. We'll make it really raunchy in the verses and and go there and see if he notices. And then we came back and he's like, this is fabulous. And we're like, what? Like, we thought we were gonna
Yeah,
piss him off.
Initially, it was much more subtle, but now it's a little.
It's in
Over
your
the
face.
top.
Yeah.
You never know.
Got to be these days.
That's rock and roll.
You have to wear meat dresses. It's just go for it.
Exactly. When I think back, when I first talked to you guys, a song like Lost in the Dark and Sunburn. And then you get into this song, and it's more like it's you're evolving as songwriters is what I'm getting at here. What has changed, you think, since the first time you started writing to now?
I think a lot of it has to do experiences and kind of like what we're reflecting on too. You said it best before. I think Sunburn was more reflection on how we were living before.
Yeah.
Some past reflection, and I think these songs off of the album Go Rebel that we're preparing to put out is more of like how we've grown as young men in those experiences.
I mean, we've been writing songs since we were children. Like we were 17 when Chad and I first started playing. So like, and one of the first songs is actually one of the most recent ones released, Reptile Roots. So that's like before we were even full humans.
Functioning adults in society.
And then like Danny says often, Sunburn itself is a compilation of like our 20s and like how we were kind of living to excess and like getting burnt and going too like hard. And it's just kind of like the compilation of all those experiences.
Yeah.
And the next album coming up, Go Rebel, is a little bit more of like a matured, like we're adults, even though now it's like we recorded it like a couple of years ago now, but it's more like that is the next step. It totally has evolved.
We're listening, like we're letting ourselves, as we like kind of go down this journey together as like songwriters and performers, just pull back the barriers and be influenced by more than what we normally would. When we started out at, very deadpan down the middle of like, 80s rock or whatever we were listening to. And now we're not afraid to be influenced by different things. And I think that's the fun of it. Like we just throw it in the blender and we see if it, if it speaks to us or adds value.
What you're saying is we're about to get into raunchy lyrics.
Or even listening to some Two Live. So who's your latest influences, if you don't mind me asking?
What do you guys think?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's different for everybody.
I'm big. So for me, I'm always like looking for something new. And like, as soon as I get that new thing, I'll really like bask in how it's like exciting me. And then that I won't like not like it or enjoy it anymore, but then I'm on to the next thing. So I have like a very like short attention span in terms of that. And I think that's why I burn my candle at both ends in terms of like my musical like listening and influences. I really run out of stuff because I'm moving so fast. But I'm like really big on White Reaper over the last couple of years. I love what those guys are doing. I love how they them two are like changing from album to album, and it's like it's fresh, it's new, maybe not for everybody every time, but I love them. And then Tuck Smith and the Restless Hearts, formerly of the Biters, he's always just got a nice tried and true like 70s influenced hard rock that I just really enjoy.
That's go ahead.
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
This is always different.
yeah. I'm a really big metal guy, so if you listen to the song, it's kind of you hear it.
The breakdown.
The breakdown. Chad had a big influence on that too, because we both kind of wanted to try something different. We
would have never done it before.
No, we
and
wouldn't have.
for some reason we were like,
And it worked. And it was cool. But I was like that. As I get older, the heavier the better for me. For
Right.
some weird reason, I always like the drumming, how complicated it is, and I like to figure out how to do it. But it's not. I try to bring it in here, but I don't bring a lot. But it's hinted as an
Well,
obsession.
it's a good balance because he loves heavy stuff, metal and whatnot. And like Chad and I really like melodic, like more pop rock. And like we grew up listening to like Blink 182 and stuff like that. So there's some 41. There's a lot of those influences in what we like. And Danny's kind of like our older brother, and he kind of led the path with all the cool rock bands that we got into.
So you just called me old.
One of the songs that I listened to sounded a lot like Jane's Addiction. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that influence too. Like I mean, it's so hard for us to sit here and pinpoint exactly what we're influenced by.
I think
'cause
that's
it always
I think
always
that's cool.
changing.
Like some bands, like even like Jane's Addiction, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like you got to think like they were listening to those like
True.
70s bands, those 60s bands, like and building it in. So that's what is always interesting to me is like as we listen to a variety of different things, hard rock to power pop, etc. It's like when they come together, like you're always like you've got this huge like broad stroke of like what you could do with it.
And you're innovating it to a sense of
Yeah.
like where you're just like you said, like a blender of
Yeah.
things.
Somehow we always mesh it together where it's still rock and roll. It never ends up being like, oh geez, they went like synthwave pop.
Right.
We don't have, it's always gonna be us.
Yeah, a lot of people, they'll like, and nothing against them, they'll like really lean into, for example, like if they write a Motley Crue style song, it'll sound just like Motley Crue. But it's nice when you have a bunch of guys here who just listen to a bunch of different things and we can come together but make it cohesive. Yeah.
Well, influence comes in different forms. I mean, you can be influenced to the point where you want to try to emulate and replicate a sound. You can be influenced where you just want to be able to have the same impact that a transition has. And you can be influenced by a band that does nothing more than makes you say, I want to go be a rock star, but it doesn't mean you try to emulate them at all. So there's different ways to be influenced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think my
Great point.
favorite way is like we always write our best when we come back from just doing something together, like whether it's a vacation
Never
or
music. It's like a really good event. Like
It's
something
true,
really
true.
good happens or really bad or just
Yeah.
something we all experience
it's
together.
when we're our truest selves when we're writing.
Like coming back
Yeah.
from a huge tour, and then we write a good album.
That's awesome.
There's one thing before I play Obsession. In the last song we were playing Reptile Roots. In the solo there, what I love is it's things that I loved about bands like Striper or Scorpions. They had a tone. There was a tone in the guitar, right? So your sound, what guitar of choice and your equipment, what is your gear?
So on that, we most of the album we used Mesa Boogie. It's actually the John Petrucci model. And
Dream Theater.
yeah, that was actually our producer's idea. He's like, that's a very EQable amp, so you could take that and cut wherever you need out of it and make it sound exactly the way you want it.
And that's a big change for us, especially you, because we were always like Marshall stacks,
Yeah, just
like
straight into
and
Plug
Marshall.
straight into the Marshall, yeah.
We were kind of iffy about it first. He was like, isn't that a metal amp? Like, isn't that a little too heavy for us? And then it just, the way he made it sound was amazing. And then I just had I have like a digital pedal board where I put some delays on and some wah and whatnot. Not too much, just a little bit of like
Your
extra.
saturation, yeah. A little wetness.
Wetness. I like that. Well, let's do a little Obsession here now. It's a short clip that I was able to load, but it kind of really gives a good indication of this song and where we're headed. Here we go.
Freedom comes when I'm getting you off of my mind. I bite my lip and close my eyes. The red oozing memories slowly tripping. It's so hard to forget you
I love that so much, man. It's got all those great things. One of the big things that Dean and Tina and I have talked about is the hook. That song has different hooks in it. Just in that little clip there, your vocal when you come in and you hold the note. See, that's one of my favorite things is when the vocalist holds a note. Don't do runs. Just stay in the pocket on that one note while the rest of the band is playing. I
Yeah.
love that. I get goosebumps when I
It's
hear
hard for vocalists. They want to almost overdo it, and me as a fault sometimes too. And you listen back and you're like, man, I'm like walking all over the song. Like maybe a little bit less would be, it would stand out more. Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that really went to like us rewriting the verses too. It was so different. We were singing all over the verse, and
there's a lot going on in this song, to your point,
Yeah.
like with all the different guitar parts and stuff. So space was our friend as we
big time.
really focused on the arrangement.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that because space is so key. Who is the quote, Dean, you always say about space?
Yeah, Debussy, Claude Debussy, music is the space between the notes.
Exactly. And there's a joy that comes when you allow that to happen. Let it,
Yeah.
for sure.
let it sit there. And that's what I mean. When you hold a note, it's a beautiful thing.
That's to build on that. That's the maturation of a musician. When you're young and you're developing, you're learning to play the note. And so you try to play a lot of notes. It's not until you get older and you become a virtuoso, you begin to realize that all the magic actually happens between the notes. The sustain, the velocity, that's where a virtuoso lives, is in the space, because that's where you connect.
I love that.
So let me ask you guys here, and then we'll get, and then if you have anything for us, or you want to ask, if you want to ask us anything, but what is your definition of success right now? What would be success to you?
Man, I'm telling you, we talk about this all the time. And you're always striving for that next big tour, to get, more fans and, your music out there and all that good stuff. Who wouldn't want to be as big as Kiss, all that rock star cliche stuff. But we really appreciate, and maybe this comes with our maturity too, is we've really come to appreciate the success that we don't take for granted, which is the fact that the four of us live together, get to do all this together. We smiles all the time, right? The ups and downs, yeah, you got them, but we really are fortunate. We really enjoy our lives doing this. And, I speak for the guys, but the memories that we're making is just, again, we don't take it for granted. So
I think success would just to be able to continue that for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Do you think then that what breaks bands up is when what people would consider success, like fame, money, and that's what drives the nail in that and starts to pit people against each other?
It definitely complicates
drugs
things.
and alcohol.
Well, drugs and alcohol do it, yeah. But I often wonder, you always see those documentaries or something where it's when other people get involved in your band, managers, labels, things, third party wise, then they start putting things in your ears like, you're a great singer, you don't need these guys. Well, that kind of thing starts to happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We actually had a really cool experience. This wasn't a bad one, but over the summer we were working on now an album after this upcoming one, and just kind of staying ahead of the curve with what we've been doing. And we brought in an artist and producer, so a fifth guy, different than our normal producer and everything. And we really went through a boot camp. And I think to your point, you could get everybody's opinions. At the end of the day, you really got to stay true to what is the important thing, what's the core of what you're doing together. And I think we walked that line really nicely and ended up with some great product and a lot of good memories and a good experience. But to your point, you could see that we've had over the years different people involved trying to help and do business with, and it's always a big challenge for sure.
Yeah.
It is. Well, do you have anything you want to? Oh, go ahead, Tina.
Yeah, I got one more thing. I want to know where your fans can come and see you or find you on socials. Tell them, let them know.
Really easy. Okay, so all socials: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, at Wicked Rock and Roll. And you can find us on our website, wickedrockandrollofficial.com. All the socials are there as well. Go all the way to the bottom of that website, sign up for our newsletter. We have weekly newsletters on Friday that go out with special behind the scenes, kind of filling you in on, what's going on each week, and maybe even some exclusive merch.
Yeah. No algorithms.
Insights. Yep.
Just a good old email list.
That's
The
right.
algorithm. Do you use Linktree at all?
We do.
Yeah.
Any tours coming up?
We're working on, so nothing to announce right now, but we are working on some live dates for next year that are going to accompany the new album. So tentatively in the springtime, we expect this new album to drop. So after Obsession, there'll be a couple more singles, and then that album's going to hit, and we're stoked. It's going to be, again, an evolution of what we're doing, and we're really excited about it.
If you guys could tour with anybody, with any one band, who would it be?
Cheap Trick.
Oh,
That's a yesterday.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a great one.
That's a
That was a great
fast
one.
response. Let's make that happen.
we need to get
Rob is
somebody
my
on from
favorite.
Cheap Trick and hook these guys up.
Let's do it.
Twisted
Let's
Sister
go.
stack out, so maybe we can do something with them.
That'd be awesome. Well, guys, again, thank you for being here. Like I said, sit tight. We're going to wrap some things up with you. But again, check out Wicked when they're around and go see them. I know I will when they come to Tampa. That's where I am.
Yeah.
You want to escape the Rochester snow, come down here.
Hey,
There you go. So I'll be keeping it up. But thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we'll be back next week. Thank you guys.